Hey there. I'm Mike. I'm your host. I'm a bass player. I'm a songwriter. I am from the Gem City, Dayton, Ohio. On this episode, I welcome back Mike Thome, and we talk about the end of the baseball season. Will his Minnesota Twins manage to win the American League Central? Will the Atlanta National League Baseball Club manage to win the National League East? Well, listen to this episode of the You Could Be My Aramis podcast for some nerdy baseball analysis. We also play the very popular game, Who Are These Guys? With the Royals and the Tigers. Let's get to it. Hey there, Mike Thome.
Good evening.
It is September 11th, 2022. We have about 22 games left in the regular season. Your Minnesota Twins today are 69-70.
Yeah.
They are 4.5 games out of the Central.
Yeah.
That's doable in 2 weeks. They are 9 games out in the wild card. That's a lot less doable.
Yeah, it's the division or bust.
What happened?
What happened? Am I allowed to say injuries?
That's legit.
I mean, do you know who's on their injured list right now?
I don't, but I'm going to assume Buxton is because he always is.
Yeah, so Buxton's out.
I keep telling you to wrap him in bubble wrap.
I know. Polanco's out. Archer's hurt again. Dobnak was out. Jeffers is out. Of course, Kente Maeda has been out all year, which is fine. And then, of course, earlier in the year, Chris Paddock had Tommy John surgery. Not to mention all 3 of the top prospects are now on the 60-day IL.
Well, in Chris Paddock's defense, he might not really be that good.
Well, they gave up some stuff to get us, so it still hurts. But it's this whole thing. I don't know. And Molly's on the injured list too. Starting pitching has just been bad. They fixed the bullpen. They, in the beginning of the season, they trusted the wrong guys in the bullpen, and they're really smart guys now in their system. So instead of pitching your best pitcher in the 9th, let's pitch him in the 7th when it matters.
Well, that's very smart.
Yeah. So they fixed the back end of the bullpen, and this weekend getting swept by the Guardians, or the Cleveland Baseball Club, as you call them. Yeah, that hurt. There's still 5 games against Cleveland. I think there's a series against the White Sox. Can they do it?
Oh, it's doable. Win all those games and you win the division.
You got to win them all.
I think you got to take at least 4 or 5 from Cleveland, and you probably need to sweep the Sox.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I was feeling good about it. They just losing, getting swept by the Yankees didn't help. Can't beat the Yankees. Can never beat the Yankees. But they got to win the division, and then maybe someone takes out the Yankees.
I would not be surprised if the Yankees get caught before the season's over.
Well, I think, was it last time we talked or the time before? This juggernaut of the Yankees, and it was just sad. And now it's
they were up by 12 or 13 games, and now it's 4.5.
Yeah, they're mortal. Yeah, so the Twins, they have a lot of pieces. Things went well. Things went better. The culture's better. Early in the season, I don't know, maybe I should call them up. They had this, what did they call it? This little goat that they had that they would put on the Richie the Rally Goat. Maybe it's time for Richie to come back.
I mean, the Angels had the Rally Monkey. Sometimes teams need a mascot.
I mean, it's got to be time.
Is Carlos Correa back with the Twins next year?
I think so. I think he likes it. I hope so.
So there's hope for the future.
Of course, he has to say what he needs to say, right? Oh, I love it in Minnesota, and happy to be here, and the pleasure to play with Buxton and all those things. I like the organization, but I actually believe him. Maybe I'm just naive.
This wasn't his walk year, though. Next year was his walk year, right?
I think he can opt out every year. So.
Oh, well, then, when we'll find out? November.
That's right. Yep.
It's going to be an exciting in the American League Central, it's going to be an exciting last couple of weeks. It'll be an exciting last couple of weeks in the East, like we were just saying. Tampa is only 4.5 games out. Toronto only 5.5 games out.
Yep.
Baltimore got up off the deck for some reason, and are only 5.5 games out of a wild card spot.
Impressive. And it's good for baseball.
It is good for baseball. The only division over there where it's over is Houston's going to win the West.
And boy, were we wrong.
We were, but you know what? We had a good feeling about Seattle, and they also got up after a bad start, and they are currently in playoff position.
They are, and I'm glad.
They just beat the Braves today, by the way.
Yeah.
Stupid Mariners.
All right, let's talk.
The Atlanta actually, I shouldn't say just beat it 6-2 in the eighth. It was yesterday that the game was over. The Atlanta National League Baseball Club. The last time we talked, they were on fire.
Yes,
they have basically been Dodger-esque since June.
They have. In fact, can we take out one starting pitcher that was acquired at the All-Star break that's been absolutely terrible? Jake Odorizzi. I mean,
I think they got him more to eat innings to keep the young guys fresh. That's what I'm telling myself.
I mean, what's the record with him not starting?
Here's the thing. Yeah. I mean, if it wasn't him getting shelled, then Ian Anderson would still be in the big club getting shelled, and he clearly needs fixed. So
I guess there's that.
Turns out we need more than 2 pitches.
What's the rookie that's doing really well for them in their starting pitching?
Oh, Spencer Strider.
Where did he come from? The
bullpen. You mean before then? I have no idea. He started out there in the bullpen, and they knew he's he threw gas, but he only had 2 pitches, and it's kind of hard to be a starter with just 2 pitches, right?
So did he learn a third or?
No. He ended up making a spot start because it needed him to, and he just kept striking people out. He manages to have a lot better control. Spencer Strider was born in Columbus, Ohio, strangely enough.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah, attended the Christian Academy of Knoxville in Knoxville, Tennessee. Drafted by Cleveland in 2017. Played college at Clemson because he didn't sign. He's already had TJ because, everyone's already had TJ.
Exactly.
In 2021, basically moved all the way from low rookie ball to AA. No, went all the way to AAA in 2021. 153 strikeouts in 94 innings last year. 3-7, which shows you that wins don't mean anything. But it's the minors; they're not trying to win; they're trying to develop him, right?
Yeah.
But he's already he broke John Smoltz's franchise record for strikeouts in a game. He struck out 16 dudes. He throws basically a 100 gazillion mile an hour fastball, and he's got like 1 off-speed pitch, which is not great. But if he learned like if he learned like a change or something else, he might be DeGrom. If he learned to change in his second fastball, he would be DeGrom. But he's a weird dude. He's a vegan. He's got a goofy-looking mustache.
Yeah, but doesn't every young guy have like a goofy-looking mustache and hair now?
I think mostly pitchers. Pitchers are just weird.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you specified who's the rookie that's really good pitching, because if you wouldn't, I would have been like, what do you mean, him or Michael Harris? Because he's awesome.
I mean, not a surprise, but a surprise. I don't know how to say it.
Well, now we know why they moved Pache.
Yeah. Well, of course, we were both worried about, but
and also why they're like, nah, Drew Waters ain't it.
Yeah.
Like Harris skipped right over the Drew Waters level.
Yeah. It's like, Drew who? So do they win the division?
I think because of hashtag LOL Mets, they do. That said, the Mets won yesterday, and they're going to win today, and they won today. So it was Braves were up a half game 2 days ago. They're down a half game. They're going to be down a game and a half, but they have another couple series with the Mets. Scherzer's hurt again. I mean, I don't think he's IL hurt, but he needs to take a few days.
I mean, he's like older than us.
Not quite. Close though. Well, he might be older than you. He's not older than me. I'm old. Max Scherzer is 38.
Oh, okay. So he's under. Sorry.
We're old, Mike.
I know. It happens.
I strongly believe that the Mets are going to find some way to mess it up.
I do too.
It's what they do. Sorry, Mets fans. Right? And the thing is, you really, really, really want to win this division.
Yes.
Because you need that first round bye.
Yes.
Even though whoever does not win this division is clearly the third best team in the league, you're stuck in a short series before everybody else. And that's just bad things can happen in short series.
Bad things can happen. That's right. So speaking of bad things can happen, the Phillies, who have no defense, right?
No defense.
They're still like in it.
They also they were like looking bad there for a second, and another team that just jumped right up off the mat. I think they've gotten really good performances from their pitching. And by the way, they've been making this comeback without Bryce Harper. Because he's been on the shelf. He's back now, but he's been on the shelf. And, Castellanos is on the shelf. I mean, he doesn't help them defensively at all, but he's a power bat.
I'm wildly shocked that they could be that bad on defense. Although apparently, who's Bohm, the third baseman?
Yeah.
Apparently he's learned how to play defense. No, that's right. He's hitting better. That's what it is.
They just want to outscore everybody. So if the season were to end today or tomorrow, the Phillies are the first round opponent for the Atlanta National League Baseball Club.
So Atlanta needs to win.
I mean, I don't think I'd have a problem I'd rather face Philadelphia in the first round than the Padres.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Even though they don't have their best player because he hurt himself and then took drugs.
Mike, I love the way you just boil it all the way down to the core. Like, that's the reason. Yeah, exactly.
If you're let's imagine you're a Padres player. They're probably going to make the playoffs. It's going to be close, but they'll probably get in.
Yep.
But the best player on your team has taken exactly 0 at-bats this season.
Oh, that's bad for baseball.
It is. So kids, don't ride motorcycles when you're under contract, and your contract says not to ride motorcycles. And specifically, he was doing stunts. So don't do stunts on your motorcycles.
Don't do stunts. That's a good rule for everyone.
Yeah. Second, don't take drugs
also a good
of
rule.
the illegal performance-enhancing, testosterone-enhancing kind, especially when you know full well that your employers test for those.
There's that. And, it's not like he needs them.
No, that he's a physical specimen of a dude. He's a lot bigger than his dad ever was.
Yeah.
Did you hear what his excuse was?
No, I didn't catch that.
This actually sounds kind of believable. Usually they don't. So he apparently had a ringworm infection.
Oh, that's right.
And was taking a medication to deal with that. And there was a banned substance. In the medication.
I mean, how much do these guys have? Like, there's got to be a guy that's like, no, you can't take that, man.
There is a guy. All you got to do is ask your team trainers. Like, they have a guy. That's what makes me think that those excuses are bogus, because they do have a guy.
Unless he's just not good at his job. Nah.
And like you said, he is not the guy that he doesn't, unless it was one of those things where he's trying to come back from that injury faster, right? Like they say the performance enhancing drugs, they don't help you hit. Right? They help you recover.
Yeah, but there's a lot of studies that show you need to rest and don't push yourself. So I don't know. He's too young. He doesn't need to do that.
Well, I mean, now he's got the rest of the season off.
Yeah, well, get some rest.
And I wonder how much in the next season that'll bleed, or if he's just going to get credit for time served. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because your first offense is basically half the season, right?
Yeah.
And it was right around July when that came out. So maybe he's back in spring training.
It's a good chance. Maybe in a few days.
That team wins the division next year if he's back, I think.
I think so. I think so.
If you were a pitcher, would you want to face Tatis and Machado and Soto back to back to back?
No.
No.
No. No. That's very scary. So I didn't look at the wild card for the National League today. Are the Brewers in?
I will tell you because I have it up right now. The Brewers are 2.5 games back of the Padres. If the season ended today, they are out.
And who's in the division lead?
The Cardinals, and I have no idea how that happened.
I told you.
They are like the most mediocre team to win this many games ever. I don't get it.
It's baseball.
Pujols has found the fountain of youth. He hit 697 today.
Oh my gosh, yes.
He's like become 30-year-old Pujols the last 2 months. I'm sure he's getting tested every other day.
Oh, he'd have to. It's amazing. That's what it takes is for teams. They need a couple career years for guys and things to go right. And wow, look at that. We're in.
All right. So this is what's silly about the Cardinals. Can you name their current starting second baseman? I'll bet you can't.
I cannot.
Some dude named Brendan Donovan.
From the Rays?
I don't even know who that is. It should be Nolan Gorman, but he's been playing third. Or actually, no, he's been DHing.
He's gonna, yeah.
He's been platooning because Gorman only plays against righties.
And then they have some top prospect in third base. He's supposed to be the next best.
You mean Nolan Arenado?
Number 2?
Nolan Arenado's their third baseman.
No, I mean in the future.
Oh.
Or am I getting my teams confused?
I don't know who that could be. I feel like no, it wasn't the Diamondbacks. They have an outfielder, not the third baseman.
I don't have to look this up now. It's going to drive
go
me.
ahead. Yeah, here's what their lineup looks like.
Oh yeah, Jordan Walker. I guess they're getting him in the outfield a little bit. Sorry.
Well, Walker, is he even up right now? I don't think he's up.
No. He's the double 20 years old. He's supposed to be like the next big star.
The last guy that had like that died in a car accident in the Dominican Republic. It's very, very sad. So I guess, Dickerson, O'Neill, and Nootbaar are the current outfielders, so there is definitely room for improvement in their outfield.
Yeah. O'Neill.
I don't know. I'm just not scared of the Cardinals.
Oh, I'm not scared of them. It's just they're going to get their. Oh, it's the Cardinals. They won they're Central again, and blah blah blah.
Well, they're going to end up again if the season ended today. They would be the lowest of the division-winning seeds, and they would play. They'd play the Padres in a short series.
So goodbye.
Goodbye. Yeah,
Thanks
really. I mean, I don't bet, of course. But I think if you're betting, the teams to bet on in this league are the Dodgers and the Atlanta National League Baseball Club.
It's going to be an incredible NLCS.
Even if the Mets make it, because, dude, DeGrom against whoever from the Dodgers is like, I'd watch that game.
Oh, it's good. We're going to have some good baseball.
Yeah. Baseball is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So you've seen that the new rules for next year have been approved, yeah?
Yes. I was talking with my dad about that last night.
Let's hear your thoughts. Go.
Well, I'm anti-shift, so I'm happy to see it go away.
What do you think it going away will improve?
Contact hitters. But I guess the metrics tell you don't do that anyway. I don't know. I maybe it's because I'm an old guy set in my ways and I'm a purist. I just don't like two guys standing over second base. I guess I don't know what it will improve other than it puts more balls in play. Is that what their idea is?
No, the same amount of balls are going to be in play. To increase balls in play, you got to eliminate strikeouts.
Yeah, I like guys that can hit for singles.
Well, let's just put it this way. All your left-handed power hitters are going to have a much higher batting average and OBP next year.
That's true.
Their line drives that are one-hopping the third baseman in short right field are not going to one-hop that guy anymore.
Correct. I mean, the game is actually an advantage for left-handed players in general.
Yes.
So I don't think you should take that advantage away because there's not that many of them.
As I've said before, they moved guys around against Ted Williams. And he still managed to, be probably the greatest hitter ever.
There's that. I like the 30 second pitch rule. I mean, that's great. I forget some of the other rules.
One of them is about how many times you can throw over.
I like that. Let's move. Let's get it moving.
That is going to get abused by base runners.
Oh, they're going to just hit the number and then do whatever they want to do.
Well, you can take a lead as long as you want. Once it gets to a certain point, the pitcher will no longer be allowed to step off. They'll no longer be allowed to hold the ball to disrupt your timing, right?
So if I'm a fast guy, I'm just like, woohoo, I'm in scoring position.
Even if you're not a fast guy, let's say you're just.
Oh, that's true. I'm just screwing.
Even if let's just say you're a decent base runner.
If you're a decent base runner, what is it? Is it 5 times? How many times is it?
I forget what the number is. I just know that it's going to be exploited.
So yeah, I mean, just sneak out enough to get back, and then I can do whatever I want.
I don't know that I can I don't like it, but I guess we should wait till we see what the results are from when the games start next year. But this will tell you something about the changes. Do you know when they brought this before the players' union, how the players voted?
The players were all for it.
No, the players voted against every single one of them.
So what are the owners trying to do here? Not pay players.
Well, surely that's it.
But how? What's your take?
My take is if the players don't like it, it's probably not a good thing. But they didn't have the votes to keep it from getting enacted. There's apparently more people on the decision-making committee than just the players. Now, I do think one thing that is good for the players is they're going to tie salary arbitration to a new WAR formula that is proprietary to the league, meaning we don't have it. Like we have the public ones, Baseball Reference and Fangraphs, right?
Sure.
But each team has their own, because of course they do.
Yeah.
And the league as a whole has people who have their own, and they're going to tie compensation going forward to which player has the best WAR. So basically there's going to be, for bonus compensation, there's going to be a pile of money, and the player that has the biggest WAR gets the biggest slice of that pie, and the player that has the second biggest WAR gets the second biggest slice of that pie, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So at least going forward, at least going forward, players are going to be able to make more money on actual merit.
That's
and
good.
Not like, for instance, there's always been that thing baked into contracts where, hey, if you win a Golden Glove, you get more money. Well, Golden Glove has never been about who plays the best defense. There's been plenty of dudes that play good defense but can't hit and don't get Golden Gloves, right? It's just like a popularity contest. So this is kind of an objective way for players to actually be compensated. So that could be useful, and I like that. We'll see.
Hey, I'm always for let's try something else. It doesn't work. Let's do it. Just try something. Try something else.
You didn't make it to a game this year, did you?
I did not make it to a single professional game this year. No.
Me neither, but that's going to change in 2 weeks.
I made it to a Columbus Clippers game, which was pretty fun.
Who are they a franchise of now? They've changed.
They belong to the Cleveland Guardians.
The Cleveland Guardians. So tell me about your Clippers experience. I've never been to the new park.
It is like a miniature version of the Baltimore Orioles park. It's been named the best minor league ballpark like 3 or 4 or 5 years in a row. It's brick. It's beautiful. It's a good crowd. People are nice. You get to ring your bell, sing that old Clippers song. Columbus Clippers, ring your bell.
I did not know there was a Clipper song.
Oh, they have 2 songs. So they basically took the old one, which was like a cow town. So they would ring these cowbells. It would be Columbus Clippers, ring your bell. And now they just use the same words. I mean, the same song with different words. And it's still terrible, but we sing along.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, look it up on the YouTubes.
I will. We are going to see 2 games in 2 weeks. Royals at Tigers. Plenty of good seats available.
Yeah, I bet.
Clearly, this is more about having an experience, not about seeing super great baseball.
So I'm taking it you did not get to Pittsburgh this year.
We did not. Which would also be more about the experience than about seeing super great baseball, because the Pirates, other than O'Neal Cruz, not really fun to watch.
Yes, that guy's amazing.
But that ballpark's awesome.
Yes, my favorite.
No, my wife's never been to Comerica Park, so
okay, you'll enjoy it.
I've been. Have you been?
Yeah. That was the time that I didn't use my GPS, and I found out that Detroit has some interesting streets that you need to be careful around. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And then the last time we were there, we stayed downtown, and it was a holiday weekend. And I parked on the streets of Detroit for free all weekend. And
beautiful.
They had I don't know it's not dance music, but
EDM. It is dance music.
And that
Electronic Dance Music Festival.
Yes.
They have a very large one and a very popular one.
We were there for that too. So it was
like on purpose?
Weekend.
Like you went there for the festival?
We did go down and went to the festival. We went to the game. It was a good weekend.
Because I didn't know you were into that kind of music.
I'm not, but it was fun. My brother is.
I don't understand that genre.
You'll have to ask my brother about that.
Like I am aware of it.
Oh, I know it exists.
But given 2 pieces of music from that genre, I would not be able to tell you which one is good and which one is not.
Me too.
I would like to play a game, and this game will help me to get ready for the Royals and Tigers games that I'm going to suffer through in 2 weeks. And I think it'll generally be fun, since I know that you're a fan of a team in the same division, but really, it's not like the Twins are paying attention. Twins fans aren't paying attention to these guys' rosters either. So,
I didn't know we were going to play games.
Yeah, the game is, who are these guys?
Who are these guys?
And I'm just going to ask you who's playing for the Royals these days and see how many of them you know.
That's funny. I'm trying to think if I've watched a Royals game all year.
I can tell you that I have not.
So, I mean, I get one, Bobby Witt Jr., right?
Well done, third baseman.
I mean, with the hair flowing, and I think I saw him in his major league debut.
All right. I think you know who their catcher is. I'm not going to... You'll be angry if I tell you, because you know who this is. Their catcher is a veteran.
Yes, he is a veteran catcher.
Not necessarily good anymore, but well respected.
He was good at one point.
He was pretty good at one point.
And it's not AJ Pierzynski, because he's like 100 years old.
And he's a jerk.
Yes.
Here's a clue. He's from Venezuela.
I'm like, I should know this.
You do know this. It's just
I do know this. It's going to drive me crazy. You're just going to have to tell me.
It is Salvador Perez.
Yes.
Yes. All right. I'll give you... Here's one more that you should know. Their center fielder spent a lot of time in the National League.
Yes.
He's really not good enough to be a starting Major League center fielder. He should be a 4th outfielder, but he is currently a starting
But it is the Royals.
It is the Royals.
Yeah, who is that? Let's see. He played for the Dodgers, correct?
No, he played for the Nationals.
The Nationals.
And you know how not good they are. He managed to not keep a job with the Nationals.
Oh my gosh, I know who this is. And it's
You do.
It's going to drive me nuts. This is bad. I'm really bad at this game.
Well, this is going to help me because I'm going to get to the game in 2 weeks. Be like, I don't know who these guys are either. So,
Jorge Soler.
No, it is Michael A. Taylor.
Oh yeah, he was. Dude, I don't even know if he should be a 4th outfielder.
He is currently a starting outfielder. All right, here's the rest of their starting lineup. Nick Prado at first.
Okay.
Michael Massey at second, Nicky Lopez at short, MJ Melendez and left, Hunter Dozier and right, Vinny Pasquantino as your designated hitter. Drew Waters on the bench currently for the Kansas City Royals.
Wow, that's a bad team.
Yes. Yes, it is. Here's the rotation. Zach Greinke back with the Royals.
Yes.
He's not good anymore. He used to be good.
No, he's not.
Brady Singer, Daniel Lynch, Chris Bubik, Jonathan Heasley.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, Amir Garrett's with this team. He's decent.
You must be desperate for baseball. I'm proud.
Yeah. All right, one more round. Now the home team, the Detroit Tigers. Who are these guys? And I know you're going to say Miguel Cabrera, but he's hurt. So since he's on the IL, he doesn't count.
He's not playing.
No, he's definitely not playing.
So I feel like there's some Minnesota Twin rejects over there.
All right, you're going to know who their shortstop is because he spent a long time with the Cubs and he's very fun to watch. Javier Baez is their shortstop.
Yeah, he's their shortstop.
He's the joy to watch.
And is he Lindor's brother-in-law or cousin? I can't remember.
I did not know that.
There's some relationship there somehow.
Let's see. There's a lot of other, I don't know who these guys are either. Their second baseman is kind of Dutch. He's from Curacao, which makes this a Dutch territory.
Right.
He's bounced around a lot.
Yes. I should know this.
You'll know when I tell you, but...
He is a good fielder, but not a good hitter.
That is correct.
Yes. There's not that many players from that island. Okay, go ahead.
Jonathan Scope.
Yes.
Andrelton Simmons, also from that island, I believe. Also, they have a couple of kids that just called up. Riley Green is one of their big prospects, and he's been up playing recently. Spencer Torkelson started the year with them, was awful, and they sent him back, and now he's back up, but he's not starting. The rest of their starting lineup looks like this. Eric Haas, a catcher. Yep. Old Reds friend Tucker Barnhart's his backup. Harold Castro at first, Ryan Kreidler at third, Will Castro in left, Victor Reyes in right, Kerry Carpenter at the DH. Once again, who are these guys?
That's a bad lineup.
Wait till you hear about the rotation.
They have no one.
Eduardo Rodriguez, Matt Manning, Drew Hutchinson, Tyler Alexander, Joey Wentz. I think Joey Wentz was a prospect at some point. Yeah. But he is 24 now, which means he's probably not that anymore.
No. Don't we have another pitcher prospect that had Tommy John?
I feel like maybe, but I'm not remembering who it is.
Let's see. I think he got hurt.
Tigers roster.
Oh, the Tigers.
I got nothing. Who are these guys? Anyway, I am seeing what I think might be a professional baseball game or two in 2 weeks. It's going to feel more like a quadruple A game, I think, but we'll enjoy it. It's just always nice to go to the ball.
Well, it's nice to be there.
It's also nice not to have any emotional attachment to any of the players, and you can just, root for the home team and have a good time.
Now, if I remember right, they have a margarita guy that comes around. It's got margaritas on his backpack, and he fills your cup up with different flavors.
That sounds like the greatest idea ever, and I want to find this person.
I think that's there.
I know they have a lot of Little Caesars because I'm pretty sure the guy that owns Little Caesars owns the Tigers. So
there was this thing called the internet.
It is sometimes useful.
And I feel like I'm going to have to look that up. I'm going to have to figure out which ballpark that was. My quick internet search, I apparently doesn't like what I picked. Oh, Rogers Park. I didn't ask for Rogers Park. What's Rogers Park?
I have one more game. This one's easy, and you've played it before.
Oh boy!
But you know how we get older, we forget things, right?
Yes.
There are 9 ways to safely reach base in Major League in baseball, and I should say asterisk. There's now a 10th, but we'll cover that later. Can you tell me the 9 ways that you can safely reach base in Major League Baseball?
I think so.
They are all different, by the way.
Yes.
So double and a triple are not 2 ways.
So it's yes. So base hit.
That is 1 way.
And a home run, or is that considered a base hit?
A home run is a hit.
Okay. Well, and there's 9 of these.
Well, there's 8 now because you've said 1.
8 more. Wow. So of course there's the intentional walk, right?
Base on balls is.
Or does that just get lumped in as base on balls?
It is a base on balls. That is 2.
Whether it's intentional or not. Okay. Hit by pitch.
That's 3.
Called. What is it? Wild pitch. Strike 3.
Drop third strike. That's 4.
Yeah. Let's see. And there's how many more?
5 more.
And a bunt is a hit. So,
Bunt's a hit.
There could be an error. You reach an error.
That is 5.
Boy, this is hard. There's something obvious I'm missing.
There are 4 that are all obvious that you're missing.
And
it's just you don't necessarily think of them all the time.
This is a real shame. So I'm thinking of ways you could advance. Like there's the balk, which sometimes you forget about.
That does not advance you from the batter's box, however.
That does not get you to first base. A steal does not get you you can't steal first.
You cannot steal first. You can't even steal first from second. That's been tried.
Yeah. I guess you could reach safely by a video overturn replay.
Of what? Because wouldn't that be a hit?
Yes. I guess if you got like the throw was off and you got tagged before you reached first base, you could argue about that one. Well, this is terrible.
Yeah, you got 4 left.
55% correct. What are the other 4?
Reese on fielder's choice.
Oh, dang it. Of course.
Catcher's interference.
That one doesn't happen very much. You're right.
Fielder's interference.
Also doesn't happen very much at first base.
Batted ball strikes a runner.
Batted ball strikes a runner.
Ball's dead, runner's out, batter safe.
So wait, so if I'm at first.
If you're at first and you're running to second and a ground ball hits you, you are out. The guy that hit it safe.
Yeah, that's true.
Those are your 9. The 10th with an asterisk is be that dude on second base when extra inning starts. But like you don't get credit. That doesn't help your OBP,
Correct.
Then again, reaching via error of fielder's choice also does not help your OBP.
Correct.
It does count if you score a run. You get to count that run.
Right.
It is, however, unearned. So I believe that now there's actually technically 10 ways for you to reach base. Because that's just like an error or a fielder's choice. You're on base, but it's not counted like you're on base.
Yeah, so the 10th way would be the prior...
Be the last dude to make an out in the 9th or whatever the previous inning is in extra innings.
I like it.
See, you knew all that. You just forgot.
Because I'm old.
Yeah, we are old.
What a mess.
Do you remember your Rookie of the Year pick?
I believe in the American League I picked a pitcher, which was stupid because there's this guy from, Seattle that we all forgot about.
Yeah, me
So
too.
obviously he's the man.
Yeah.
In
In my defense, at least I picked a position player.
I think in the National League, I picked another pitcher, which was really stupid. Yeah, I was wildly wrong, but I think you picked a National League player.
I think I picked O'Neill Cruz.
And he's not going to win it because of this guy named Michael Harris.
It's either going to be Harris or Strider.
Yeah, it's going to be Harris, I think.
And it's going to be Rodriguez in the American League, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, obvious. Is there any other choice?
I don't think there's other. I mean, I think Orioles catcher, he's been pretty good this year, but he ain't been Rodriguez. Eugenio Suarez is on that team. I forgot about that. I'm just like looking at the Mariners teams, like, oh yeah, Jesse Winker and Eugenio Suarez. It's like a refugee camp for Reds.
There's a lot of red refugees.
Now it's really weird, and I'm sure you feel this way too, since we live in Cincinnati's media market and we're surrounded by friends of ours who are Reds fans. We know way more about that franchise than we probably care to.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know what they're going to do to fix it.
I don't think they want to fix it.
I think that last deal they made where they got the shortstop back, him plus that other dude they've got down at, on the farm, they've got two really good shortstops in their system. Either one of them's going to have to move to second, or they're going to end up dealing one for whenever they decide that they want to chase it. They might deal one for some right now help.
Oh, the Reds.
It's really a shame that their poor fans have to suffer through such terrible baseball.
They deserve better than this.
But strangely enough, there was a time this year where it was looking like they were going to break records for futility, and they are not the worst team in the National.
They're not the worst.
In fact, there are two teams worse than them. Looking at you, Pirates and Nationals. The Nationals just completely decided to dismantle everything. Obviously,
they're not. They're not going to be good for a while.
They're not. However, I think if you're a Nationals fan, since you have a championship in reasonably recent living memory, I don't think they have a lot of room for complaint.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I mean, it could be worse. They could be Pirates fans. That poor franchise.
They could be Pirates fans.
The Atlanta National League Baseball Club broke that franchise the second Sid Bream scored that run in the '92 NLCS.
Yeah.
He beat the throw from Bonds out there in left field.
Yep.
Beat the throw home, and Mikey Lavaliere couldn't get the tag down in time.
That was the moment.
That basically killed their franchise.
That's it. Wow, way to pinpoint that. They have not been good since.
They have not been good since. I'm okay with that, by the way. I'm just,
Well, yeah. Even though we like their stadium.
It's the best. Which stadium have you not seen that you want to get to next? Like if you had a choice.
Seen that I want to get to. I haven't been out to Seattle. I hear Safeco's nice. Is that called Safeco now?
I think they changed the name.
It's probably some some insurance company.
Insurance companies seem to love naming ballparks, don't they? It is T-Mobile Park today.
Oh, yeah. That's why the T-Mobile used to be cheap, and now they're not.
All right, I would pick that one because I really would love to go to a game there. But since you picked it,
I also have not been to the Giants ballpark. I've seen it, but I haven't been.
Is that still Oracle Park at the moment? I have no idea. Like I know it's not. I don't know, I'm just going to look it up. I have no idea what it's called right now. It is indeed Oracle Park. Previously named Pac Bell Park, SBC Park, and AT&T Park.
AT&T Park.
I want to go to Target Field. That's I haven't been there. I like to go. I like to go there.
I haven't been either. That's sad.
You know what? We need to make that pilgrimage next year.
Yes.
Uh,
Today's the day. Everyone heard us. We're going next year.
Like, it can't be in like April because there might still be snow on the ground.
There might be snow in May.
But like June seems like a good time to go.
But you got to go before the mosquitoes show up. So.
Oh yeah, land of 10,000 lakes means land of 10 million mosquitoes. Yeah. They probably don't have the schedule for next year up yet. Actually, you know what? They might.
They might.
I'm going to go look right now. I know this is fascinating for the people listening. This we're searching on the internet for things, but 2023 regular season schedule. It is up.
Is it possible that your Atlanta Nationals team?
The Atlanta National League Baseball Club is playing the Twins next year because they've redone the schedule such that every team is going to play every team.
I love that.
I don't know what I think about it. I will miss it in September when Atlanta is playing 3 games against like Oakland instead of the Mets. You know?
Yeah.
But other than that, it might be okay. The Twins are going to be in Atlanta in June. Atlanta is not going to be in Minnesota in June.
Oh, well, that's not going to work.
Your Minnesota games in June of 2023, their home series are against the Guardians, Brewers, Tigers, Red Sox. I think it's got to be the Tigers because those will be the lowest attended and therefore easiest tickets to find. All right, they're going to flex the price up against the Red Sox because you got to. And if them and the Guardians are duking it out for the division, they'll probably flex the prices up for that too, right?
That's what they do.
I mean, all clubs do that. But yeah, they have a 4-gamer against the Tigers June 15th through 18th. I don't see any way how the Tigers are gonna not still be terrible next year.
They will be bad.
Yeah, I might take a couple years for the plan to come together for them. So.
That's a Thursday through a Sunday.
It is.
This is happening.
I'm going to put it on my calendar right now. Right now. The question is, do we bring the wives or do we not?
I think we don't.
All right, I probably better not tell mine because she likes baseball and she'll want to go.
Oh, I say we bring them. She might listen to this podcast.
You know what? She does listen to my podcast. That's problematic.
Sorry, Misty.
All right, so Misty, if you're listening, you can go look on my Google Calendar, which I have shared with you, and you will see that I did notate that the Tigers and Twins are playing a 4-game series in June of next year, and little brief couples trip. We can talk about how great Harmon Killebrew was and talk about how I still haven't forgiven Kent Hrbek for cheating in the 91 World Series.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Yeah,
you think I wouldn't be still bitter about that? Because
I get it. You know,
my team are defending champions, but teenage me was very impressionable, and I was very angry.
Well, that was also the last time that the Twins won, so...
That Game 7 was a classic, though.
Oh, incredible.
We'll never see anything like that again.
Nope.
Because nowadays, both pitchers are getting pulled in like the 7th. The way the pitch counts are going, right? There's no way any manager leaves those guys in.
You mean the 5th?
I don't know. Big, strong guy like Smoltz, he might be able to get 7 today.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, no way anybody's getting a 4th time through the order, though, these days.
No.
Not. Especially when you're in your bullpen, you've got 6 guys that throw 100 miles an hour. It's like, let them.
Throw out those young guys. Put them out there.
It is really amazing how much the game has changed, and it doesn't feel like it's that long ago, even though it's 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah, 31 years since that World Series.
Wow.
Yeah, sorry to say it like that.
You're making me really feel old.
All right, what day is the regular season end? It's like October 3rd?
Something, right?
goodness. Because I want to have a playoff preview podcast episode where hopefully we'll be talking about how the Twins made a miraculous run in the last 2 weeks to snatch victory from the jaws of defeat.
I'll be dancing. I hope they're in. Yeah, we can do that. Let's do it.
That's really all you need to do is get in, and then, crazy things happen in a short series. Oh, that's right. They extended the season because of the lockout, and the season started late. So it goes to, Atlanta's last game is on the 5th. So, yeah. Maybe that weekend before the division series starts, we can get together and talk about who we think is going to win the World Series.
I love it. Let's do it.
All right. Any other thoughts before I hang up? Any other thoughts on the Twins or the Yankees and how evil they are, or how awesome Shohei Ohtani is, or anything like that?
Oh, any other thoughts? Nothing's rattling around in this old brain.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time, Mr. Tastefully named Thome. And we'll catch up in a couple weeks.
It's always a good time.
Thanks for Mike Thome taking the time to talk to me. Dear listener, thank you for listening. Thank you, double, if you're a baseball fan. If you're not, well, you probably didn't make it this far. Next week, more episodes, more conversations with people that I hope you find interesting. Have a lovely weekend.